Welcome everyone, dear respected sir and dear friends. Very good afternoon. Today I am going to discuss about the great monk of India, Swami Vivekananda, and his speech in Chicago in World Religious Convention, which was held on 1893, which was continuing from 11 September to 27 September, and where main different types of delegates were coming to represent their countries and nations, and to represent their religions also. So from India, Swami Vivekananda went there to speech about religion of Hindu, and to represent the nation India. So on the first day of the session and afternoon session, it was the when Swami Vivekananda was get opportunity to deliver his speech. At first, he greeting all Americans as brothers and sisters, and after that, entire hall was starting to applause with noise and clappings. Thereafter, he was thanked. At first, he was thanked America and the organization of World Religions Convention to get to arrange such types of program, and this was very. And he also thanked the organization in the name of Hinduism, in the name of the monk and monk all over the world, and in the name of the mother. Thereafter, on the second day of the World Religion Convention, when he got opportunity to deliver his speech, he asked a topic on his that was why we are disagree. That means why the conflict was going on, or is going on in our nation between various religions or various sects. So when he was giving the lecture on this particular topic, he going through a story, and beautiful story that I was going to tell you. That was the story of a frog, who lived in a well, lived in a small well, and he lived there for a long time, and he born there and brought up there. One day, a frog of the sea came and fall into the well. Then the frog of the well said, "Where are you from?" The frog of the sea replied, "I am from sea." Then the frog of the well said, "See, what did is it? Is it as big as my well?" Then frog of the sea said that, "What nonsense are you talking? You compared your little sea with sea." Then the frog of the well took a leap the other side of the well to another side, and told is your sea so big? Then the frog of the sea said, you are talking so are you compared how you compared this well, your well with a sea? Then frog of the well replied, "It is there is nothing can be bigger than my well. There is nothing can be bigger than this. You are the liar. So throw him out of the well." That's the difficulties in our society. I am the Hindu, and I am in my little well, and I think that all the world is my little well. He is the Muslim, and he think that all the world is in his little well, and he is the Christian who also think that all the world in his little well. So then after completing his that story, he thanked the World Religion Conventions, and he greeting them that it was the great step, or it was the great step of them, that by this step all the barriers of our little well would be broken one day. Then at the third day of the World Religion Convention, when Swami Vivekananda was getting an opportunity to express himself as a Hindu, and to speech on the topic on the Hinduism. That was then he told that the Hindu get his religion from the revelation of Vedas. Vedas is not a book, and it's not a book. Vedas is the contemporary is a context of some ritualistic law, and is some which was created by some great men in various time, and who was created that type of laws. We called them rishis, and we call them rishis, and eventually we call them as the perfected being in nation or in world. There are different types of women also as the monk. So that Vedas is not only the scriptures. It's the scriptures. It is a full of spiritual laws, and the Hindu always gone through that laws. There he quoted some line and prayed quoted some line for the Lord, Almighty Lord, that all there are many streams, many rivers, they all are going through different paths, but their journey end in the sea. Then such as there are different types of men in the world, and they all have different types of goals, they all different types of achievement, but at least their journey end at the you, that means to the Lord. So this is the this is the main theme of Hinduism, and it's a real fact that Hinduism is not Hindu is one of the religion, and we all proud to belong to that religion, which is never neglect or the existence of any other deity or any other religions at all. We are proud to belongs to one of the nation which is the shelter of many prosecutors, many refugees all over the world. So that's why to tell about the Hinduism, when one asked about when one asked the great monk about the worships of Hinduism, why they worship different types of images in their temple, then he said that we all have an image in our mind, and the imagine can create a respect to all of respect in our mind. There are a Christian who also go in the church to prayer, and while praying he look at the sky and cross holy. Then there are, it is obvious that there are different types of temple in our nation, where the Hindu worships of different idols with their full ingredient and ritualistically, but they all are the image of the respect, image of the respect, a particular one thing, which is create mind more pure and more, which create more pure in our mind. That's why the different types of worships, idol is worshipped by the Hindus. When when he tell about the Hindus and Hinduism and the creator or creation, then he tells that creator and creation is two parallel line which has no beginning and no end. and it's follow the science also, and science have proved that law also. There while delivering his speech, he tell about the Lord Krishna, which is the our worship in our earth in India. And he tell about also about a story that when a king named Yudhishthir and his queen was deprived from his kingdom and stayed in the Himalayas in a forest. While delivering his speech, Swami Vivekananda, in the ritual of Hinduism and the purity, he told a story about the great king Yudhishthir, when he deprived from his kingdom and he stayed in the forest in Himalaya. Then one day his queen asked us why you should realize that kind of cruelty. Then Yudhishthir replied her that if I this is you hold that this is Himalaya, and it has a great beautiful, and I should realize that it is my mind. It is my mind that how I realize it, and why I realize it. It is totally depend on my mind. I believe on Lord, I believe on God, and it is also why I respect God, why I worship God, and it's totally depend on my. That's why they deprived me, why they behaved as such cruelty with my. This is not fact. I loved them, and still I love my people. So it is the purity of mind. It is the purity of mind. Then while he tells, he told that every Hindu has come from the God, and all over and this is the God who ruled, and this is the God who ruled over us, and who ruled over every man, and it is totally depend on his he totally depend on his on its behavior, how he keep us and where he keep us. But why then he told that then why that's why there was so different in society. Why there was one happy and one unhappy? Why there was one happy and one unhappy? Because when all gods and all the worship is one and end in one, and all journey is end in a one destination, and all destination is same, then why this partiality is happen and why this partiality was happened by God. Because all of this is depends on the work of past. How I am in present, it is totally depend on my past work, and how would be my future is totally depends on my present work. Then the great monk told that the Hinduism is divided in two parts, that is ceremonial and the spiritual. And spiritual is totally depends on depends on the monk who belongs to different sects or different religion maybe, but they are same, and that is the spiritual side of Hinduism. That was the spiritual side of Hinduism, and that's way the Swami Vivekananda once wanted Swami Vivekananda wanted to express the Hinduism in the great world religion convention, and he expected and he hoped that one day all religion, all obligation, and all racism, all end will be end, and all religion will be one religion, and all Lord will be one Lord. And that's way he represent the his nation and the Hindu religion. Thank you.